Welcome to the Two Dads, One Mic podcast. My name's Taylor. This is Mike.
What's that?
And this sound is really fucking good, man.
Hey, you can actually hear it today.
I can. I could not hear it last week. I had little kid headphones on.
Yep.
Same with Mike. Mike's were teal and light green. So, I mean, you good?
My sound just cut out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't in all the way. Did you notice?
That's what she said anyways. All right. So, Mike, we have a drink of the show, and actually I got the drink
You
this
got the
week,
drink of the
and
show.
so I will give you the rundown.
Is this a first?
This is a first. So let me give you the background story real quick on this. So I went to Sendex today, and Mike asked me to surprise him.
Yep.
And essentially, I was walking through the cooler section at Sendex, and all of a sudden, in my peripheral vision, I saw this, and this is hard Mountain Dew. And we have different flavors. The regular flavor, we have Code Red, Baja Blast. So
I am pumped.
Yeah, I kind of am too. I don't know what this is going to taste like, but
I've seen these before, but I haven't ever gotten it. Ooh, 0 sugar. That's good for me.
Same. I've taken.
This is pretty much a health.
I think I've taken 6 Tums today.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because my chest is just on fire.
What the fuck have you been eating?
Pizza.
Pizza, that's it. Mama's gone for the week. I mean, it's pizza.
I had a shit ass week. My family was recovering from the stomach flu.
Yep. Your wife left at the perfect time.
Literally 20 minutes after she left, our youngest puked. So here we are. Fucking carting around kids all week. Fucking, our oldest on Thursday essentially was faking sick. And then I said,
how are you going to curb that? This is a second time this year, third time this year.
How am I going to curb the friend that is having the same symptoms? Starts with an A.
Yeah. I know who it is.
Okay. I didn't know if you remembered or not.
I didn't need the refresher on who it was.
Yeah. I don't know how to curb it though.
You're just gonna have to be like, well, if you're sick, you're in bed reading.
Well, that's kind of where we were at, but I also had to work, so I was like, TV was the next best option.
This week you survived. That's all you needed to do.
That's absolutely right.
And I think as parents and fathers too, we don't on one side of the scale or spectrum there is, oh, you have to babysit the kid. No, they're my kids too.
Correct.
Like I'm doing what a parent should do.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Your wife had to leave for work. You're taking care of the family.
Right.
It's not babysitting your kids, right?
No, I agree.
But on the other hand, sometimes we need to give ourselves credit as parents.
Yeah.
That we just made it through another week.
Yeah,
like
100%.
We survived a week. You survived a week from hell with kids shitting and puking all over the place.
That's correct.
By yourself.
Yep. And I did 12 baskets of laundry.
That's it?
12.
That's it?
That's with all the stuffed animals, the sheets, the clothes.
I'm sure countless baths.
The sharts, the shits.
15 shots of Clorox.
And, I practically, we were supposed to do that, right? We were told.
Oh, that was the drink of the night. Yeah.
Okay.
That should be our drink of the night.
Yeah, maybe next round. All right. So, topic of tonight's show
Hold on. We haven't.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Taken a drink.
Oh, God.
All right.
Cheers to that, sir.
Cheers.
That's dangerous.
Oh, boy. That tastes just like Mountain Dew.
That's going to be a problem later.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that sinus is
going to come at you like a spider monkey.
That sinus of yours is going to be unclogged real soon.
Hell yeah. Brother.
So, right. All right. So topic of tonight's episode, we want to talk about pro sports role models. And it could be for basketball, football, whatever the circumstance is. And we'll kind of go through a list of things regarding that. So first things first, as a kid growing up, who was your sports role model? Could be any sport.
I had a couple. They were both defensive linemen for the Packers. It started out as Reggie White, and then shifted to Kabir Baja Biamila.
Got his jersey.
Kabir
Baja Biamila.
Yeah. He's who I picked his number as my football number in high school.
94?
94.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It was like 92 was taken already.
Sure.
But they were just dominant football players, and they were the dominant ones at that time. I didn't pay much attention to like what they did off the field. Now I have a greater respect for Reggie White and what he stood for.
Yep.
And I don't think Kabir is very far off of that. Although I heard it, like he's got a little crazy.
I was waiting for you
Like-
to
Like
put
he got
two
a
and
little
two
crazy, but
together.
like he wasn't. It wasn't like he's out clubbing and doing like he got almost radical.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I think he was like a pastor of some
Yeah.
sort, and it kind of just went off the rails from there.
Yeah,
a little bit.
like a little bit of extremism in that.
Yeah,
But like it wasn't like he was swearing at everybody on the field.
No.
Like on the field and what he did as a Packer. That's all I paid attention to.
right.
And quite honestly, back in the day, you didn't have all the social media stuff, so no one really knew what they did off the field,
Sure.
right?
Makes
Like
sense. Right.
it was far
It was all in the
less
newspaper.
intrusive.
Right.
Yeah, which I didn't read that shit.
No, of course not. It's
So-
a newspaper. It's for old people.
Yeah,
But now I'm like, fuck yeah, newspaper.
yeah. Give me that fucking newspaper.
Right. Exactly. Is
Who
there-
who was yours?
So I had a couple. My first one was for basketball, and I know him a lot more now that I'm older. But Shaquille O'Neal was my
The big dog.
right. I always had his numbers like 32, 34, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Obviously, Shaq had a party habit, but
Well, I
it's
mean,
all-
I think
it's a lifestyle though.
I think if you dig down and really dig into any role model or
Right.
most role models, I'm not going to say all of them.
no, but most.
Most of them, like, go, like, they party,
Yeah, 1,000%.
which is fine.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
nothing against party. I partied when I was younger.
Well, of course, right.
When I was their age, I partied like a mofo. I
Well,
just wasn't as rich.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Fleischmann's and the whole nine.
Yeah, right.
And then for football, I mean, I actually, for me, it was Aaron Campman.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I was a really big fan of Aaron Campman back in the day. I think that he was obviously a great football player for the Packers at
Yep.
the time. But I mean, it was just one of those as a kid growing up, you played the position. And I
Yep.
think that's the other thing too. It's like you play the positions that they play.
Yeah.
So like I played center and then I
Yep.
played defensive end. And so I think for
Mhm.
those two individuals, for me, I think that was like, okay, these are the guys for me.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
And obviously, like, there's more guys, but like, if I was watching closely, those two dudes would be the dudes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
you know what I mean? So,
That makes sense.
um,
Do you think that like going back, like looking back from now, the age you're at now,
Yeah.
right? As a dad, who do you think back in that era? Who do you think would be a role model you would have liked to follow closer?
that's a great question.
Right. Because so I'm asking that because I feel like, well, it comes to much surprise to everyone. My life was not very much like Kobe Bryant's,
See, I was going to say the same thing.
but as after he passed away,
Yes.
or
On my,
died in the
on my
crash
birthday, by the way.
on your birthday,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Kobe. It's one of those you start hearing more stuff, or, seeing documentaries about him and his mentality, and seeing him talk about, okay, well, if I could as a basketball player get up, if I'm good, my daily schedule, right? Get up at practice at 10 o'clock,
Yep.
do my individual workout, whatever, shower, eat, rest, then do another one in the afternoon, and shower, eat, rest, go to bed. His mentality was, well, how come I couldn't get up at 5? Practice,
Right.
shower, eat, rest, practice, then at 11, shower, eat, rest,
Right.
and then again why his mentality is, why wouldn't you?
Correct.
Like, why wouldn't you achieve perfection? or strive for it.
So I don't know if you ever seen the documentary on Netflix called The Redeem Team. It was the 2008, I think, Olympic team.
Mm-hmm.
They had like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris
Yeah.
Bosh, stuff
Yep.
like that. And they were getting their asses kicked. Like they just was not working out. And
Yep.
Coach K at the time brought, kind of went behind the scenes, talked to the coaching staff, talked to the USA organization, and was like, I want to get Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And essentially brought in Kobe, and they were interviewing like LeBron and Dwayne and all that, and they're like, he's a completely different specimen of person. Like when it comes to basketball, it's basketball always, and there is no like not being focused. Like he's in the gym at 5
Yeah.
in the morning, he doesn't get done till 6 in that night. Like
Yep.
he's in the gym for hours on end, and I think that for me growing up, I think I underappreciated the work ethic a little bit because,
Mm-hmm.
like, again, I know he had his issues and whatever, like most, professional
Yeah.
athletes run into every once in a while.
Well, especially with how young he started.
Well,
Like.
he was 18 years old out of high school, and
Mm-hmm.
he went to Charlotte a little bit, and then he got traded to the Lakers, and
Yep.
essentially the rest was history. But I mean, I think that was one player that I would agree with you is, I wanted to be more like in the sense of the
Yeah.
game of basketball, or in the sense of the role model and like how hard he worked every day
Yeah.
type of thing.
And it's something to strive for, and I don't know that I ever had that drive. Like looking back, it's like, man, I don't know that I ever had that drive.
No, no,
Which obviously, surprise. That's why I wasn't in the NBA or NFL or anything like that.
that's why we got the two dads on my podcast.
That's why we got that going. All right. So like, it's no surprise I didn't have that same drive as Kobe
course.
Bryant. Like, of course, but seeing that, like, knowing what he did, and again, that falls back into like you didn't get those stories as much
No, correct.
as you do now. Now it's hitting you in the face on Facebook, on
Oh yeah, it's across your
TikTok,
your
whatever.
screen.
Like you see
no
all
matter what.
these snippets and clips of him talking in an interview about his approach to basketball and really approach to how he handled himself
Yeah.
and carried himself in throughout his life. That you're like, oh wow, like where would I be if I
Put that work ethic in.
if I
Right.
started to truly embody that mindset?
Oh yeah, it'd be completely different, I think,
Yep.
for both of us. You know what I mean? And I think, again, like I wish more kids, and we'll kind of dive into this a little bit, but I wish more kids would take the entertainment factor out of it a little bit more.
Yep.
And put more of the work ethic into it. And I think, we'll kind of see that from certain kids, but it's not as many as I thought it would be,
Mm-hmm.
especially nowadays. So,
Yeah.
separate. So next question is do kids separate the athlete from the person? And I know we kind of just touched base a little bit on that, but I mean, like with your kids, for example, you have an older one that's around 11, like when he sees his favorite basketball player, is he
Steph Curry.
Yeah, is he seeing him from both the athlete and the person, or is it just all one person to him?
I don't know that he knows much about Steph Curry's
Sure.
personal
Okay.
life outside of basketball.
Okay.
Nor do I.
Which most kids don't.
Yeah,
but,
right. Like
it's one of those.
I don't think that's uncommon. He sees what he does on the court when it's televised and stuff like that. I don't know in terms of whether they should keep it separate.
Yeah.
I have a hard time deciding how I feel about that.
I think
Like
that's fair.
on one hand, it's good to be a good person, but when you like I'd like to have my boys and my daughter find a role model that is a good person on and off the court, field, whatever. But also want them to know that one thing doesn't define you.
Right.
Right. And so if you have issues off the court, I still feel like there's things you can take from them on a court, but that takes a older kid to realize that, right?
Agreed.
To kind of separate them. I think when they're young, they don't pay attention to anything off the court. When they're older, they can see a little more. They might see news stories on Sports Center or whatever, but they can kind of be like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't like, they can differentiate that a little bit
Yeah.
more.
No, it makes sense. Well, and I think, like you said, when you kind of get into high school and it's, you start to see more things and you
Hmm.
start to experience life a little differently.
Yep.
And so I think when kids see these athletes, and hear about what they do off the court,
Yeah.
I think that's when they really kind of start to like separate the person from the actual athlete. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And
Yep.
which again, that's just going to naturally happen with age.
Mhm.
So,
Well, and that's why I feel like the role models as you get older should shift.
yeah,
When
1,000%.
you're a little 8, 9, 10-year-old wanting to be like Mike out on the driveway, right?
Yeah.
Like making the game-winning shot as you're coming over the elbow, on the left-hand side, you jump and make that shot. And, as we all did as kids, like you reenact the countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, he makes a shot. Oh my goodness, I win. Right. But as you get older, I think it's smart if you're lucky enough to have a good role model of a coach or an adult
Well,
in
and
whatever sport or competition or passion that they have.
right.
Again, we talk a lot about sports and stuff, but like, because we have done more sports than anything else, right?
Yep.
But this goes the same as any theater or painter or artist or musician too. Like, to have a good mentor as you get older, as you get into those high school years, a teacher or a coach or an instructor or someone that can instill pitch pot.
This prop. First one of the night.
First one of the night. um when you can take the almost shift your role models from being just the athlete because you see, oh, they're so great, but then also you realize, okay, they're human, they're going to retire and they're not going to be as good sometime. But then you get so wrapped up in whatever passion you have that those leaders, a coach, instructor, whatever, should be your role models. And I think they naturally do. You spend more time with those people and you can still idolize, but I feel like the role model side of it shifts from the pro sports to like your real life, the people within your real life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Agreed. So next question I'm going to ask you is, can someone be a
that is some good drank.
can someone be a bad person but be a good role model in whatever sport that you want? Be like whatever. If you're watching basketball
Mhm.
and you have a role model there, football, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So the person that came to mind is Ja Morant,
Okay.
right? He's had his issues off the court. But they've almost come all the way to the court because he's gotten issues. He had issues with holding guns up and stuff like that on social media outlets. But then in the games and stuff, he'll like pretend to hold a firearm up or hold a gun up or whatever at an opponent or the crowd or the air, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what came to my mind right away. Like, can you be a good role model on a court or field or whatever, but not if you're not off the court? And I think there's a variable in that.
Yeah. I
Like,
would agree
there
with
are
you.
certain aspects that, okay, like it's not just a cookie cutter thing. You've got guys that like to party and maybe you know, aren't like married with children and all that stuff, but like everybody's definition of stable and ideal life is a little different, right? Like, as you know, our our picture of an ideal life for our kids would be probably different than theirs
Yeah.
would be when they get older, right? Like, but you can't. I don't know where that, like, if I can set a benchmark of if they're bad off the court,
Yeah.
where that is, right? Like, you get those. There's so many variables. You just can't.
No, well, and I would go back to like Shaq, right, for a second. So like the most dominant player that I've ever seen play the big game of basketball, and we're talking like anybody, right?
Yes. Yep.
Guy gets the ball down low, he backs down to
Nobody could
no one
stop
can
him.
stop him. And but when you look
Three
at
guys couldn't stop
but
him.
when you look at the off the court stuff and you hear about the stories about how like he would
Mhm.
party till 3 a.m. and just be completely hungover for games and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think you have to sometimes separate the person. There's two different people. That's how I look at this,
Yep.
right? You have the player and you have the person.
Yep.
And I think that with growing up, like these kids see these people as just players. They don't see what they're doing most of the time in their personal lives.
Yep.
And you really don't, again, you really don't witness these things until you're in high school or, or older.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think to answer this question, I think that the person can be a good role model, but maybe not necessarily be the best person off of the court or the field or whatever the circumstance is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, again, you got to separate the two out.
Well, and that's part of it too, is the, all right, he went out and partied,
right,
whatever. You look at what he is now, right? Like,
right. He's very successful.
he's very successful. He's very philanthropic,
Yeah,
if you will.
yeah.
Like
He owns Papa John's.
He owns Papa John.
Yeah,
But
bunch of
like
other
he also,
businesses.
like, his kids and stuff, like, from what I've seen on clips of him, or I don't know exactly where I saw it. It wasn't really a documentary, but like when they do specials on him,
Yeah,
or stories on him, like, he gives his kids his money. Like, he gives them money. They, but they have to have a degree. They have to do XYZ to earn it.
they have to earn it, correct?
Right. It's not just oh yeah, you get daddy's money. No, he's making sure they still grow up with those values of okay, it doesn't just, money just isn't there.
No,
You got to earn it,
got to
right?
earn it still. Yep.
So in the grand scheme of like the Shaq reference, I think in that case, okay, you can, as you get older, as a child, right, or a teenager, whatever, you can kind of differentiate. Okay, dude was a foot taller than anyone else on the court, outweighed him by almost 200 pounds, right? Like, his size allowed him the flexibility to come to a game hungover, right?
Correct.
Like,
Yep.
and unless you are born with that God-given size,
Right.
you got to work your ass off. Like,
Yeah.
there's always a way to spin it. Like, okay, if you don't have XYZ, you need to bust your ass.
Yeah. Agreed.
That like, he wasn't going around killing people, and like, so like, or like, I don't know the full story, so I can't say like for sure he didn't like lay hands on a woman or anything like, not to my knowledge did he, but like, so when I look at it and I feel bad thinking like, oh yeah, he was partying and hungover going to games, like, compared to a lot of other things, that's not
Not
that bad.
correct. Agreed. Agreed.
Right?
Right.
But that's hard to explain to a younger kid too. Like, okay, well, he's not
Like,
doing lots of other stuff.
You shouldn't do this,
Right.
because this is bad.
Yeah.
But then when they're older, be like, yeah, fuck yeah, go do that.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah. I mean, at some point they got to be adults and they got to learn for themselves.
Exactly.
And I think we take for granted that some of these NBA players and NFL players are coming into the league so young now that, like, like, look at LeBron James. Like, he's kind of as much as I like to hate him, he's with his high school sweetheart. Like,
Yeah.
he does a lot of cool stuff. Like, he's someone that you could say, okay, that's that's a role model. But then like you can always find something that you're like,
There's always
okay,
but
like
this
he's
happened.
a whiny little bitch on
Correct.
the court.
Yeah, I agree.
Asking for fouls and like, why didn't I get fouled? Someone touched me. Oh my goodness.
So that's actually a great point because I want to go into this next question, and I think this is going to be a great kind of transition into that.
You're welcome.
Yes. So, how do you manage to teach your kids how to play the sport right versus what they may see on the TV? So, like for example, Steph Curry shoots a three, turns around before the ball even goes into the hoop. How do you teach your kids like, hey, that's dumb. Don't do this.
Fundamentally, that is horrible.
Correct. Don't do this. Do this instead. So how, like, when you're teaching your kids stuff, how do you do it?
I don't know. I haven't been able to achieve that.
Okay, that's fair.
To be honest,
yeah,
I like working with them as much as I'm trying to get them in the right form and make sure they know how to shoot the basketball and where to put their arm and what to do with it. I also don't want them thinking, as bad as it sounds. Like I want them to play the game free.
Yeah. I can understand that for sure.
Right, because right now with my 9-year-old, he's in basketball and he loves it, but what he is on the practice court and in our backyard at our basketball hoop is completely different than what we see in a game. And we're trying to figure out, hey, what's the difference?
Like why so timid?
Why is he so timid?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can work on the skills all you want. But I feel like more and more, and I've said this once, I'll say it again, I feel like I'm thinking about the mental side of sports so much more.
Oh, it's a complete mental
than
game.
I've ever even imagined.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and here's the thing. So like for me, I had coached, high school sports or basketball for 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And so like I think I was JV coach for 2 years. And essentially like with these even high school kids, the biggest thing for me, it was like, how can I bring the best out of all of these kids? Like the best like mental game, physical game, how can I bring that out of them? And I think that for me, it was just kind of like, what does each kid excel at moving forward? And I kind of let them just play the way that they would play in their backyard.
Yep.
And so that hey, if you want to chuck up a three and you think you can make it, let's try it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you may not be the best shooter, but fuck it. Let's give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, how are you supposed to build that confidence in your kids? And when it comes to this sport, like the pro sports stuff, it drives me freaking bonkers because, like, look, I get it, right? It's entertainment, and that's what it comes down to. And I think that a lot of kids take that and they kind of roll with the punches and be like, oh, well, I can do that too. I'm going to bitch and complain about the goddamn whistle because the whistle's not in my favor.
Yeah.
Well, but at the end of the day, that's not how this works, right? And when you look at the actual percentages, when it comes to, how many kids actually go into pro sports down the road, it's very small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did you hear something?
No.
Okay. You had that look on you like you were.
No,
listening.
I was just sorry. I was just checking out your headphones.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean,
our new snazzy shit.
That's right. So it's a very small percentage, and so with these kids wanting to be like Steph or wanting to be like LeBron or wanting to be like whomever, it's one of those where it's like, well, no, just be you.
Yeah.
And play the game that how you want to play it.
Yep.
To a point. And I'll do the rest. I'll guide you to the promised land at some point.
Well, and it's as they get older too. Like it's so fluid and dynamic. The answers that to the questions that you're asking, because it's so much different at 9 than it is at 11, as it is at 14, as it is at 16.
Every age levels up a little bit,
right? So you can look at a 16-year-old and say, do you think Steph made the right decision by like chucking up a three and turning around? No,
right.
That's not the best thing for his team. But then you look at it all around the NBA, no one's playing defense and all that stuff.
That's
like
a whole nother topic.
That's a whole thing, right? No one wants to play defense. But yet we look at the Super Bowl and the defense is what won that game
Yeah.
for the Seahawks, right? Like it's still just as important, if not more important than offense, but everybody likes to watch the offense and wants to do that shit. Which is why I was always drawn to defense. Like in
Oh yeah,
football stuff,
100%.
I wanted to hit someone.
Yeah. Well, and it's legal, right? And
Yeah,
that's the fun
illegally,
part about it.
right? So, but like that's the part that really makes a difference in a game is
Yeah.
defense. And it's
And
one of those.
that's on in basketball, that's in football, that's in anything.
Any sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hockey
Yep.
is another one,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. It doesn't matter what sport, the defense is just as important, if not more, than the offense.
Right.
And having that, I don't know, like the trying to teach your kid the right way, there's so many things to work on. And every kid is different. Like some kids are naturally confident. Some kids are naturally coordinated. Some kids will work their ass off. Some kids aren't practice players, but then when it's game time, they turn it on.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right? Like and believe it or not, I just described 2 of my 4 kids in those different scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's just my 2 kids. That's not all the kids on a team. Right. And everybody's just a little different in that way.
Sure.
So
Understandable.
That's another aspect of it being difficult.
Yeah.
To nail that answer down is there doesn't. Every kid needs a little something different.
Yeah.
And that's why coaching, especially at the young ages, the formative ages, is so difficult because you have kids that are confident and will drive to the bucket, right? And then you have kids that can make every shot, but then they get in the game and they get nervous and lock up, right? So you got to build up the ones that are needing the confidence, and you got to, almost tame the ones that are overconfident and like, okay, you can't make every shot. Your team is here to help you. Like every kid needs something different, and that's what's difficult in that.
Yeah.
In that aspect of it.
Yeah. Understandable. I mean, other than that, like that's pretty much all I have with regards to the topic of tonight. I mean, is there anything else you want to cover on the topic?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because
otherwise, we're going to move into Wisconsin or no.
Or no. Do you need another?
Yes, I do. Let's crack that open before I ask you these questions.
We doing Code Red?
Mm-hmm. There's a bear shit in the woods. Yes.
Well, that's LimeWire.
Yep. So you have Code Red.
I didn't know we had LimeWire.
I didn't either until now.
Code Red. So we're having 4 Mountain Dews tonight. Shit.
And they're 5%. So get ready to.
We'll only be 20% by the time we're done.
Yep. When you look at it that way, it'd be all right.
That isn't the most Wisconsin thing ever.
That's right. So we're
only at 20%.
With our new segment of Wisconsin or no, essentially, what Mike and I each episode will list facts. We'll do trivia. We will do anything that's related to Wisconsin.
Or maybe our guests will bring stuff.
Oh, maybe.
I threw it out. So we're working on scheduling some guests right now.
We have a lot of guests. We
have a lot of guests coming in a very short period of time here. I'm stressing out a little bit.
I could tell. Because we actually have a very big surprise coming up, but we're not going to ruin that right now.
We're not going to do that. We will drop something soon.
Oh, very
little
subtle.
Teaser,
yes.
We might just a couple little hints here or there.
Go to our TikTok page. Yep. 2 Dads, 1 Mike.
We've got
at onlyfans.com. Just kidding.
And or our Facebook page.
Yes, correct. We do our Facebook for all the old people.
Old people like us.
We'll get to Instagram eventually, but not right now.
Yeah, I got too much shit to do.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, I can't even keep posting what we should be posting on right now. But we have some fun guests coming up. I'm super pumped for. Also very stressed out about.
One big one.
One very big one. And another, but the other guests, we're coordinating with guests, but I'm trying not to talk to too many people out so that it's no, in 6 months we'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Because we have 5 or 6 people that have agreed to come on, And we
have not been able to get
we're
to 'em
in
yet.
the midst of like scheduling 2.5 to 3 of them
And this
right
is
now.
like 3 months ago. We were
Right,
trying to start
so-
this.
So we're working on it, but I just threw it out to one of our guests, our biggest guest we've ever had so far, to see if he wanted to bring some Wisconsin or no facts
Yeah, that's fair.
to the table,
Yeah.
or if he wanted to just play along. I have some ideas. We'll talk about that later.
Show
but
prep. Hashtag show prep. Yep.
Hashtag show prep.
All right. So I have decided to switch it up on you tonight, and we are going to do some multiple choice questions.
Did you drink your Code Red yet?
I have. The look on your face says I should.
You need to.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad night. So, first question, Mike, are you ready?
Yep.
Where does Wisconsin rank in total amount of craft breweries throughout the country? A, 6th, B, 1st, C, 42nd, or D, 14th?
Craft breweries.
Yep, craft breweries in Wisconsin. Where's that rank nationally on how many craft breweries? 6, 1, 42, or 14?
Initially, I want to say 1.
Okay.
But I feel like that's too far over the top.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 6th.
You would be incorrect. So Wisconsin ranks 14th
Really?
in the country for total craft breweries in the country.
That's interesting.
That's correct. I know. So question 2. You ready for it?
Yep.
Being a Packers fan, where did the term cheesehead come from? A, Wisconsin. B, Germany. C, Illinois. Or D, Norway?
I'm going to say Germany.
You would be correct. So
Hell yeah.
the term was an insult that was flung at the Dutch by German soldiers during World War II.
Fucking Dutch.
Before it would later be adapted, such as by the 1969 novel Papillon, into an overall insult for people considered dumb or slight.
Well,
hold on, we're not done yet. The phrase eventually...
But wait, there's more.
The phrase eventually made its way to Illinois, where Bears fans, high off their 80s Super Bowl success and even higher off the Packers' mediocre ways, used cheesehead as a joking taunt to their northern rivals.
Huh.
Isn't that fun?
How has that worked out for them?
They beat us this year, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, right? Yeah, until recently, it's been great.
Is it right? Exactly. Which state consumes the most gallons of ice cream? A, Nebraska. B, Wisconsin. C, California. Or D, New York?
Can you list that again?
Nebraska, Wisconsin, California, or New York?
Not California.
Oh, that's dangerously good.
Yeah, that
Holy
Code Red
shit.
is bad. I'm a little worried.
You can't even taste
You can't.
it.
It's bad.
My God, this is my go-to drink for the summer now.
This is bad. This is really bad. I'm gonna say, so California's out. They don't consume ice cream.
Okay.
Nebraska, there's nothing better to do, so maybe. New York, there's a shit ton of people,
Yes, there is.
but I feel like they'd be more of like that Italian, like the gelato shit.
Yeah.
Which is actually really good. I made it sound like I don't like that.
But
I love gelato.
Delicious gelato.
It's so good. I'm going to say Wisconsin.
You are incorrect.
Damn.
California consumes the highest total volume of ice cream in the United States.
No fucking way.
Driven by its large population and over 4,000 ice cream shops. While California leads in total consumption, other studies focusing on per capita or purchase frequency highlight different states, such as Rhode Island, which is the highest per capita, and Delaware, which is the most frequent consumption.
Most frequent?
Yes.
Oh, so this is like the classic statistics. You can bend it
Oh yeah,
whichever way you want to make your argument.
Yep.
That really surprised me though that California.
I know. Well, you figured,
I mean,
it's huge.
the amount of people. I guess it's warm, but not so hot that you don't want dairy. Like
correct.
it gets too hot. We're like, I don't want anything dairy inside of me right now.
Well, that's what she said too. So,
Hey,
sorry, it's on a roll. This fucking Mountain Dew tastes delicious. All right, last question. You ready?
come
for
at
this?
you like a spider monkey.
What state consumes the most alcohol per capita? A.
Ooh, that's gonna be the.
That's gonna be a tough one.
That's gonna be the
It's not-
caveat.
It's not what you're gonna think it is. Correct. A. Montana. B. Colorado. C. Wisconsin. Or D. New Hampshire.
Per capita.
Per capita.
So is that like. Right, per capita would mean more of the like, not just volume that's consumed, but if you had 100 people,
Yes.
out of 100 people, 80 of them
Correct.
have a beer.
See, I told you I was really excited about this.
This
week.
is a good one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is a little bit off the beaten path of Wisconsin or no, but I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I like. This is a lot of effort.
Yeah. I mean, it took me about 30 minutes today to do this.
Yep.
I did not work, so it's fine. I mean, I worked, but I did not work.
Yeah, right. I'm real tempted to say Wisconsin, but I feel like it's another trick question.
Do you need me to repeat the?
Please do.
Okay. Montana, Colorado, Wisconsin, or New Hampshire?
I'm gonna oust Colorado.
Okay.
Because they're a weed state now.
That's true.
So I don't think that's.
But they do rank in the top 10 in this question.
Ooh.
Keep that in mind.
Interesting.
Yes.
Montana's tricky because I don't think there's as many people. But I think that could be what swings the
vote.
What swings the statistic though of per capita.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Montana.
You would be incorrect.
Damn it. It's Wisconsin.
New Hampshire is the state that consumes the most alcohol per person in the U.S., with residents consuming approximately 4.67 to 4.83 gallons of alcohol per capita annually. The high consumption is partly driven by tax-free sales, which attract buyers from neighboring states.
So that's going off how much they sold.
Yeah. Per capita. Well, because technically, if you're going into the state, like if I were to go into Illinois to buy pot,
yeah,
same idea. So Illinois would then have my number as in their per capita. Like they would have me as a number.
Yeah, but if you eliminated that,
oh yeah,
Wisconsin's going to kill everybody.
Most likely. Well, we're the drunkest state. So.
Yeah, we are the drunkest.
I couldn't ask that question because you would have known that answer.
That's just a slam dunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that finishes Wisconsin or no for the week. And other than that, Mike,
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was a nice little twist on.
Don't expect that type of effort from any week that I'm in charge of it.
Other than that, do you have anything else you would like to cover today?
I want to cover something that we haven't covered in a little while.
Ooh.
Some smacking sunflower seeds. Yep. We still got the 10% link. I will remember this time to put it in.
We always have that problem.
I always forget to put it in.
Like I fucked up the email for, I don't know, 3 months.
Yeah. We're super good at this.
Yeah, we're trying.
But yeah, so smacking sunflower seeds, they are the best sunflower seeds you will ever put in your mouth.
Do you know how many different flavors they have by chance? Because I know when you showed me
upwards of 20.
Oh, see, you just can't get that anywhere else.
No. Well, and you're going to get way more salt.
Well, 100%.
Like
way more flavor
for all,
sure.
All of us fatties that need to worry about our salt intake. There's compared to David and Biggs and everything like that. Like, because I compared it.
Yeah.
It's half the salt. Usually about half the salt that the other brands have.
Do you by chance know the code to
The code is, it will be put up on, it's right here. It will be put in the thing. It is 2 days. So it's a sunflower.
just pull it up?
Let me pull it up. Hold on.
Our audience,
You keep talking.
our audience
about how
of-
awesome. What's your favorite flavor of smacking?
Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, the barbecue is not bad.
Barbecue's really good.
Yeah, I do like that. They had a good ranch flavor when you brought those home too.
Ranch was pretty good.
But the dessert ones, the churro ones,
The churro
my
is off the fucking
just
chain.
off the chain. Makes my mouth water with tenderness and
with
love.
tenderness.
And while
Love.
Mike is continuing to look up the smack and code for you, what do you think about the new defensive coordinator for the Packers?
Ooh, I am excited.
I don't know how to feel yet.
I would have been more excited for Jim Leonard.
Agreed. And if Buffalo's defense is any good, I'm gonna be really pissed. So
Yeah.
let's just throw that out there.
Yep. So as I get to the dashboard here, it will be, so I will put the link up right here.
Here.
Vanna White style. It's www.smackinsunflowerseeds.com/2dads1mike. That is the number 2 dads, the number 1 Mike, MIC, and that's it.
Perfect.
That's it. I will put it in the description. I'll maybe put it in the comments, one of the first comments on
Sure.
there. We'll try to get some of that. But we have this link to get 10% off. They have all these deals and special limited time.
I heard that.
That didn't even come out. That was
That
just
was
in my chest.
in his chest.
That was in my chest. No, so it's 10% off your entire order. You can get all the flavors. There's different packages. You can get the small individual size bags. You can get the bigger bags. They're resealable. You can get a fucking 5-gallon bucket full of them. You can pick individual bags. You can get packages that they have.
It's great if you have kids because then you can just bring that shit to baseball.
Yeah,
You know,
yep.
or, football even is fine.
Fishing.
Too. Fishing,
Yep.
Whatever.
It keeps them occupied.
Absolutely.
My kids love them. Drives my wife nuts.
Oh, yeah, because all the little...
My wife doesn't care for the spitting of the shells. So be spitting out. She's like, that's disgusting. And I'm like,
Well, better than chewing
well,
tobacco. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We could be
Back in the old days, we'd be chewing.
Yeah, we just put a fat dip in.
Right there,
Yep.
Anyways, all right. So if you would like to hear more content, we are on anywhere that you can get your podcast. I just love saying that. It's just amazing.
It is fun. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, exactly.
Wherever you can, wherever you listen. We're on Facebook. We are not on Insta because we're not that hip and fresh yet.
We ain't there yet.
We are on... Let's see.
TikTok.
You can catch the podcast on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music,
Deezer. It's a new one for us.
That's a new one for us.
And if you are from
iHeartRadio.
Hong Kong or France, thank you very much for listening.
Yes, we have a large contingency.
Did you? I was just looking
France.
I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, France. We have au contraire, mon frère. We have French men and women that are listening. We have people from Hong Kong. We
should do a remote in France. We'll start a GoFundMe page.
Right. We have people from Brazil and the UK. Yeah. So I mean, we are a global podcast.
We are global.
Yes, exactly. So,
and we love every one of you.
Yes, exactly. So other than that, thank you for joining us on the 2 Dads, 1 Mike podcast. My name is Taylor. This is Mike. Peace.